Alright guys, hunting homestead here. Been busy pretty much all day cleaning up around here. Didn't get any video of it just because we've been just trying to get it done. It's hard to get a lot done plus video all the time. So, but we took a little break for lunch and decided that I would pull the camera out and we'll try to get some footage. Kelsey's been working on cleaning up her raspberry bush plants today. Whoop. And they're full of, well, they need to be cut back for one, but now she's working on her blackberries and they're out of control. So I thought we would just get this out because we need to get them trimmed back so far that we're going to have to do quite a bit of trimming. So I'm hoping we can just take this with a nice metal steel blade, clean up a bunch of it with that so that we can at least get in there, and I'll show you a video before we get in there. At least we can get back in there at that point and then hopefully get it cleaned up even better. So we'll see you out there at the blackberry bushes. Alright guys, so here's where Kelsey's already been out. She got all that cleaned up. But there's actually some fencing inside of here. You can see a post right there. And maybe you can see that post right inside there. So hopefully we're just wanting to get in here, clean all this out in the middle and get these trimmed back to where they're more back to this. So we didn't get in here, this rooster doesn't like you guys. We didn't get in here this spring and get any of this cleaned up. Just circumstances with our son, but yeah, so hopefully we're gonna get in there this fall, get it pushed way back, and then in the spring we can come in and do a little nicer cleanup on it. She also, these are her raspberries over here, and she's already got in there and cleaned all that up. So it's looking much better. It was more like this over here before. Take you guys over here, show you this banana spider. I actually knocked him down earlier. There he goes. Knocked him down earlier. They're actually a poisonous spider. But they're not crazy poisonous, but they are poisonous. But yeah, I knocked him down earlier, and unfortunately, I couldn't find him. I was going to just get him out of my wife's way because she was working in this area over here and couldn't find him. So, but she toughed it out. She ended up finishing it up and just keeping an eye out for him. show you a little bit of the progress we've made so far. Made a pretty good dent in it. You can at least see through them now. So now we'll just go in and do a little more like good pruning versus taking a bladed trimmer and going savage on them. Why don't you tell them what you know about Blackberries?
Clearly very little. Now when he's talking about going through and cleaning up, so more like this right here, you can see this one's brown and just it has no leaves on it. This is a spent cane, so this would have been one that produced, well, we didn't trim them in the spring, so it's a little hard to know. This one was probably one that produced last year, I think.
So it's like every 2 years, right?
Yeah,
They die.
Once they produce, they're done. So their whole goal in life is to get to production, and then they die off. So, yep, we'll just go through and clear all those out. It just gives space for the new growth to happen. And just because we let them get so out of control, we're just gonna take them down really low. This is not. I don't know that this is necessarily a proper technique of trimming blackberries, but
or proper time.
Or proper timing. You can do a summer prune after fruiting. I'm not sure that it's the best thing to do them this much, but at least pulling off the dead, that doesn't hurt, and then trying to get them to a more manageable, because they will just take off like crazy. They really have to be managed every year. Honestly, I think the best thing to do is trim them in the spring, get them to the level that you want them, and then trim them as soon as fruiting season is over, because then you're getting all that dead out, and it just makes room for new, nice growth in the spring.
Alright, we'll show you an update once we get a little further. Alright, pretty much got most of the trimming done, it looks like. Are you happy?
I am.
Okay.
This looks so much better. Yep.
So on these ones, on this side, you can see we got the wire in here on these. That's supposed to be so you can kind of weave them, tuck them, and keep them in a row somewhat. This one, we didn't have any more wire, so we just threw some metal wire, kind of 3 strands on this row with T-post. So we got a cattle panel, and we are going to try to get that in here and tie it up.
Well, regardless, I'm glad I don't have to share you.
She don't want to share. She's not into polygamy.
Okay. You are not putting that on YouTube.
Alright guys, as you can see behind me, we are really close to being done. Got a lot of it cleaned up. We're going to put down a little bit of straw just to cover the ground for the winter. And then we'll come out here and probably do another spring trim after they shoot out a little bit. Yeah, my wife and I was talking, and I think we're going to take off on this row here and just continue on out and maybe transplant from these 2 rows and then eventually do away with these 2 and just have one long row, so that like when we started, you know, they start crossing and growing together, and then it's hard to get between them and pick them. So it might be a little easier to control them if we have them just in a single row. Alright, here she comes with our straw. I heard some grinding back there.
So we had some damage to our peach tree this year. It actually got too heavy because we did not thin our peaches out. So we lost this entire limb full of beautiful peaches. And then, I'm not sure what happened. I didn't spray any neem oil on them this year, and all of the peaches ended up doing this. We only got a taste of just a handful of them. I'm not exactly sure. It was just some sort of fungus. But sticking with the theme of redemption for the homestead, we are going to try again next year. It's the best we can do. So, trimming off some of the dead parts and getting them out of our way for mowing. Another project on this